Why is personal development failing nowadays? Well, in this video, I'm going to identify 4 culprits as to how it has affected personal development in this day and age. And then at the end of the video, if you stay tuned, I'm going to give you one tip that I have used and incorporated in my life that has really been effective against this. So let's get started. The first culprit is fear. Now, you might be thinking, how is fear affecting personal growth? Well, let me dig in deeper for that. Now, fear is dictated because it affects change. Changes is scary. So people are fearful of change because what does change do? Change not changes your personality, changes your financial situation, and it also has a possibility of changing your circle of friends. Now, how is that possible? Because why can't you change and still keep the circle of friends? Well, let me explain. The reason why you cannot stay with the same amount of people is because of the phrase called you are the sum of the 5 people you hang around with. So technically speaking, let's say that you have made yourself, you're a made man, made person, and all of a sudden you are a millionaire. But if you hang around people that are not millionaires, you hang around people that are not like-minded like you are going to get dragged down with them. That is called the sum of the 5 people you hang around with. So you have to surround yourself with like-minded individuals. And people are terrified of this because people are scared of leaving behind their family, losing those that are close to them. And then they have to build new circles. And that is scary to them. So being fearful is holding people back nowadays on being the person they were supposed to be when they grew up, with the potential that they have to be so amazing and so great. By the way, if you have liked this content so far in this video, leave a like on this video. Also, if you have an opinion so far, also leave a comment. And feel free to subscribe and hit the notification button so you can get more videos like this. Now, the first culprit actually ties in with the second culprit, which is the lack of support. Now, when it comes to the lack of support, the reason why this exists and it is the second culprit is because the lack of support towards personal development is a lonely path. Because when you are changing yourself to be a better person, to be a different person, it is a lonely path. And you have to change the people around you. Because pessimistic people and the people that are not looking to grow with you, they're going to hold you back. For sure. So it is a lonely path. And people don't like changes. People are not willing to do that. Because some people are really family-oriented people. And if their family tells them that you can't, it's not possible to do it, don't do it. You're going to get hurt. What do? I hate to say it, but they listen. Now, in my retrospect, in my experience, I actually have done a lot of things differently. I go against my family's wishes, even though I love them dearly. But the reason is because for me, I know my self-worth. And I know that for some reason, I just can't stay put. If I have to find new people to be around, that's fine. But then I know the potential I have. And even if I don't have the lack of support right now, you will eventually find the lack of that support system. You will eventually find the group of people that are going to be like-minded like you, strong-minded, and are willing to sacrifice exactly like you. And they are out there just waiting for you. So if the lack of support is what's stopping you, don't worry. It has stopped millions of people throughout history. Now you may be thinking, where am I going to find these people? How can I find these people? Where can I find a new support system? Well, let me just tell you this. I'm going to actually have my personal email in the description below and also drop a comment, because what I can do is we can all grow together. We can grow as a community. We can be different. We can actually be in very positive mindsets, be in positive places. And you know what? I will be there for you, and I'll do the best I can to make sure that we make it a-okay. Now, the third culprit is all about low self-esteem. Now, low self-esteem is dictated through many different meanings. Low self-esteem could have came from your childhood, because for me, it also came from my childhood. I was a very low self-esteem person. I had low confidence. I had low energy. I didn't have much confidence in myself, even though I was with a lot of people that had a lot of confidence. I was one of the youngest. I was I was basically bullied, made fun of, even though they were my group of friends and my cousins that was around. But at the same time, it took me many years just to kind of get over this level of low self-esteem. And this is why I know that it's a culprit when it comes to personal development, because I understand how bad it is for having low self-esteem to believe in yourself. How can you believe in yourself when all your life people have told you that you're not good enough, and you convince yourself that you're not good enough? Convincing yourself is the worst part of it all. But what I have done, and I encourage every single one of you out there to do, is to read books, find ways to not just motivate you, because motivation is temporary only. You have to find ways to inspire you to change. You have to find something that triggers you and tells you that, hey, enough is enough. Put your foot down, throw the book to the wall, do something, yell at the skies, tell yourself that enough is enough, that we need to rise. Because we can only been kicked down the road so long until we rise. Because we are better than this. We have so much potential. And yet then again, we throw ourselves down to the ground all the time. We eat dirt and tell ourselves we can't do it. I understand how painful that is, because I've been through that for many years of my life. And even now, because sometimes you realize and you think that you're just not good enough. But I'm telling everybody out there, when it comes to personal development and having low self-esteem, the reason why we need personal development is because we need to build upon ourselves to have confidence, to have high self-esteem. And this culprit is dangerous. This culprit is evil. So we need to beat it, and we need to overcome this, because this one will definitely hold you back. But you know what? There's a community out there. I'm here. And we will beat this evil together, and we are going to overtake it. But then again, you have to convince yourself first. And the third culprit is definitely a tricky one to deal with. Now the fourth and final culprit is all about your pride and your ego. Now, let me kind of unpack this a little bit. The reason why it's about your pride and your ego is because it's this type of resentment that you have. Maybe you might be thinking that you're too good for everybody. You're too good for changes. Because a lot of times, let's say that you're in a group of 10 and you might be the cream of the crop. You might be the alpha male, the alpha dog, whatever. You're number one. Why would you want to switch that? Power, pride, and ego. You don't want to restart because now you have to start on the bottom of the food chain. Do you want that? Or would you rather stay the same and just have that power in you? Pride and ego. You know, you're not letting go, so you're not going to grow. And that won't let you grow. You know, because you might be the king of the jungle, but you're the king of the very small jungle in your mind. And that will stop you from growing. So in order for you to grow, in order for you to bypass your pride and ego, and let personal development into your life, and just say it's okay. Because if you have dreams, you have goals, you have aspirations, you want to reach new heights in your life, you have to let it go. You have to tell yourself that it's okay to start from the bottom. Because you know why? As long as you persevere, as long as you push forward, you won't always stay at the bottom. You will eventually rise. Because if you follow success, because success always leaves clues, you will get to the top one day. But then it takes time. But that's where your pride and ego is coming to it. Because sometimes you have to think to yourself, yes, I might not be the best now. I might not be the best condition I am now, but I will get there. Just don't fall back. If you stay persistent, you will get there. So your pride and ego, which is the culprit number 4, you have to be able to let that go. Because if you don't, you're gonna have resentment in your heart, and that's gonna hold you back from achieving everything that you can achieve in your life. Now to recap, the 4 culprits of fear, lack of support, the low self-esteem, and pride and ego. These 4 culprits won't stand a chance if you implement what I have implemented into my life that made me stand a chance, and has made personal development have a chance to change my life. And the tip that I'm gonna tell you all is the tip of being indifferent. Now, you might be thinking, isn't indifferent kind of a negative term as well? But there's always pros and cons to everything. The reason why indifference has helped me a lot is because I really stopped caring about what others thought about me. I stopped caring that if I have these dreams and goals of mine, I have these affirmations, I have these aspirations of mine, I'm not gonna let anybody's opinion change my reality. And neither should you. I heard a thing back when I was younger. It says somebody else's life is none of my business. So why should I care? Why should you care about other people's opinion of your life? They're not living your life. The only person that has ever walked in your own 2 shoes is you. So why should you care about what others think about you? You have to care for yourself. The world that we live in is not afraid to beat you up, toss you to the side of the road, and say, bye-bye. The world doesn't care. You have to be strong, and you have to be indifferent in order to strive above all the riches that you ever want in your life. So, to be indifferent means to stop caring about what others think of you. To stop caring about them saying that your dreams are ridiculous, your goals are nonsense, and you can't get there. Just say okay. I say okay. I just leave it be. Because their personal opinion is not my reality. So, indifference is a powerful tool that you can use. Now, what I gotta say first is I appreciate everybody watching this video, and at the same time, if you do have master tips that you have implemented into your life, leave it in the comment below as well, because I would like to interact and I would like to know, how did you overcome the negativity of trying to be a better person, trying to improve yourself. So thank you all very much, and I appreciate everybody here, and I will see you in the next video and new content to come.